hands folded like, we're going to do some harm to you. Certainly, without a shadow of a doubt, he was in fear for his life. Now, after the whole entire scuttlebutt happened, I mean, because you can even see by photos, hair missing, bruises, the whole kit and caboodle, and those are just what you can see visually by that. There's a specific photo after he was brought to the police station. Just of his face. That's not to mention his whole body. And, I guess my point is, the bottom line, and I don't want to get into too much, blah, blah, blah about any of that, but if you take into consideration the past, that's been documented from the boys to as well as Carmelo, and then you also take into consideration the video and them approaching him, and I think it's just because of the color of his skin, because there were other boys there from the other team. They could have approached those too that shouldn't have been under that specific canopy, but they didn't. They approached Carmelo only. And this is the result of being in fear and protecting yourself, bottom line.
Exactly. So Dwayne is...
Not to mention,
go ahead.
Not to mention, too, I forgot, they took his backpack. They took his belongings.
Which had a computer.
They were down to business.
Which had his computer in it and more other stuff. But Dwayne is back. And I know Dwayne knows that he is innocent. So Dwayne, I want you to come on back in here and share with us. We just gonna have a conversation. I really want people to understand what is happening in this day and time, because you would think that stuff like this is not happening, and that the judicial system was of course, if you tune in here every Sunday, you know that there's so much corruption within the judicial system with the things that Dr. Chinchilla brings to her show and the things that she shares on this network. We know that there's so much going on. But we've been hearing a lot about what is happening in the state of Texas. And not only that, the prison system as a whole, and all these private prisons that are being ran by private, I'm not going to say private prisons, but these facilities that are being ran by private prison, and how the state is not keeping their end of the bargain. I really want to know, do you think this is playing a part in a lot of the things that are happening in the state of Texas right now? Not to mention that Mother Sierra said that they were building 3 more prisons in the state of Texas.
They are. Governor Greg Abbott a few years ago signed a contract, and they did some new laws and legislation as well in the Constitution, and revamped some stuff probably about 5 years ago, to where they actually signed contracts, and not only Texas, but a few other red states as well, to give these private prisons a certain amount of occupancy for the next 99 years. So they promised to have 100% occupancy at these prisons that they're building and the ones they currently have for the next 99 years. What has happened over the past 5 years is that the prison population has actually went down. Under President Obama and President Biden, they both signed legislation and did certain things to help the courts deviate people from the court system. So making it a little bit harder for people